Welcome back, everybody, to 7CR. I'm one of the hosts, Tibber, your Titan main.
I am Fates Power, your Hunter main.
There we go. Welcome back, everybody. We got some stuff to talk about this week. It's not exactly news and changes PvP-wise, but it might be some stuff to help y'all out. The Corridors of Time quest has been completed, and we have gotten Bastion. What do you think about it, Fates? Let's start with, do you think it was a worthy reward for the amount of time was put into it?
I'm gonna go with no. It's cool, but as far as the effort and time and like, I don't think so.
The lore that it brought in was pretty good.
It's cool. Yeah, as a lore fan, I like it. That's cool.
I mean, we basically prevented our own death by it. I'm gonna leave it there. If you want to look into it, do the quest. Look for Bife, look for Mylan Games. They will point you in the right direction when the lore is. But long story short, by us pulling it out of the Corridors of Time, we prevent our own death. So we saved our own ass. Hell yeah. Personally, I have a feeling that it's gonna be it was gonna be one of those things that they put it in there as like an early access thing, and then on the time map when it has it in 2 weeks. That we're supposed to have the quest for it. That's for everybody that doesn't want to put the time into the Corridors of Time quest. Or, being Bungie, something was broken and the quest came out early. And they just went ahead and went with it. Could be. Who knows? It's always a toss-up. The way the thing shoots is kind of interesting. It shoots a hexagon spread. That's really huff and quick. It's almost like not... It wasn't Plan C. Plan C had the quick charge. The other one, the one that was like that would rapid fire after hot swap.
Plan C would rapid fire.
It was Plan C. Okay, then it fires like Plan C with after the charge up. So I've seen a clip where they had 3 guys lined up and bam, 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 it got all 3 of them. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to stay in PvP. Only time will tell. We got to talking this week, trying to decide what we're going to do for this week's episode, and we decided to go with Purposeful Practice. Another kind of out there thing, similar to Flow State, but Purposeful Practice. Well, Fates, what does it mean to you?
I'd say, going out, just trying to improve. I'd go improve upon things, or obviously practice with things that I may not consider strengths.
I can agree to that. That's one way to look at it. Personally, when I look at it, when I say purposeful practice, I'm thinking I'm going into the match with the thought in my head, I'm going to use this match to focus on one thing, whether we win or lose. My teammates may hate me for it, but generally, if I do the one thing that I'm doing for that match, if I do it well, we're generally going to win the match because it's going to be things that help the match. One of the top things is strong decision making. When you're in a comp match and you're in that 1v3 situation, you have to commit to that decision that any hesitation, those other 3 guys are going to swarm you. So it's like if you see a ping on the map and you see one behind you, you gotta go with which one you think is closer and commit to it. And if you take out that first one, well, you just cleaned out that opening in front of you so you can run ahead and reposition. Things like that is what I think of when it comes to strong decision making. Fates, what do you got when it comes? Like, what's an example for you of strong decision making?
I would say, a lot of people, at least my experience, what I see, or even playing solo, like freelance, a lot of people will pop their supers, randomly almost, or as soon as they get them. Maybe be a little bit more strategic, using it, closer to heavy, or even potentially saying, okay, I've got, whatever super, I've got a golden gun. This guy's rocking, I don't know, smash. Using, maybe even making the conscious decision to save it, so as a counter, even,
So like what you're saying is
weighing the odds there.
For you taking strong like in a different way, like saying strong as in a power move. What decision can I make?
Well, not just that, but like, I mean, so
neither one's wrong. It's all how you look at it.
I mean, a super's just another. To me, it's just another tool in the. It's another tool in the chest.
Right.
Making and a smart super, obviously, using your super randomly in a match. Maybe it nets you a couple kills, gains you the momentum for that round, but
it doesn't necessarily win you the match.
Yeah, exactly. But using, say, popping it closer to when heavy comes out or spawns,
right?
That potentially nets you a couple kills with your super, and then it also nets you heavy, hopefully, for your team. Hopefully, whoever gets it, is using it smart. But well, I mean, there's that, and there's other things like positioning and stuff like that you could even. That strong decision making would play a factor in.
Strong decision making. Strong decisions are easily spotted. They're the ones that are gonna win you the match. Weak ones don't necessarily make you lose the match, but they are gonna put you in bad predicaments. Using the super at a wrong time, throwing a grenade when there's not even gonna be anybody there. If you're not gonna be able to get it back and take. Double peeking, exactly. There's a lot of little things that trying to minimize those. That's just another aspect of purposeful practice. Trying to minimize those little mistakes as possible. I see one that I find questionable, or one of the ones that I see that when people talk about purposeful practice, they talk about going for damage. And what they mean by that is when you, at the end of the screen, you see how much damage has been dealt. And that's kind of a double-edged thing. If you are on the winning team and you've dealt a lot of damage, that means if you've dealt more damage than anybody on the team and you are on the winning team, you more than likely helped with a lot of kills, which is fine. I mean, it's okay to not secure every kill that you fire. But if you get the highest damage on your team and your team loses, that's on all of y'all, because you as a player didn't finish off everybody else, and you're counting on your team to finish them off using your decision making, and your team couldn't hack it. It's one of those things you just got to feel out. Okay, can my team handle me leaving some guys one shot while they take them off and I go after the next guy? And it's just one of those things that you get with repetition, with practice, that you'll notice whether your team can do that within the first couple minutes of a match. What do you think about that, Face? Would you consider going for damage a point of purposeful practice?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't. So if I don't set out to end matches with the highest damage, obviously, I think I don't want to say efficiency is more important, but I think it's a better metric to use almost.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, damage, obviously, if, your last place, on your team, you've got like a 0.5, whatever, but you've done more damage, I mean, and you guys still win, it's tough.
It's one of those that's really weird to consider.
I wouldn't really set out for it. If it happens, cool. But I mean, I'm not looking to get assists.
Right.
I mean, like, it's cool. Like, clean, lighting someone up, and if they take off, your teammate finishing them up or whatever is cool. But I'm not looking to.
Well, like with me,
damage.
When I put a twist on it, when I try and do something like that, it's that I'm going for my kills, but I'm also going to be able to. I'm willing to sacrifice myself that if I'm able to damage multiple people, and my team can clean them up after I'm dead. So that way, it's really more than just me trading with somebody. It's me
at that point, though. It's still
kamikazing, basically, and
at that point, though, it's still efficiency.
Yeah, you're totally right. But I think that's what people were trying to. When I've seen people talking about it, I feel like that's what they're trying to get at, but they're not really saying it that way. It's really funky how they're saying it.
But even then, so like, I don't like the concept. I mean, I catch myself saying it occasionally when I'm playing. Oh, well, at least I traded. I don't like the concept of trading.
I don't either.
Being a net win. Don't get me wrong. It's okay if you trade, but
I mean, ultimately,
So
it doesn't
even
change.
I mean, but even if we trade, so say you and I are on opposite teams, we've got 3 lives, you've got 2. Well, we traded, you have 1 now, and we still have the life advantage. It doesn't really
Yeah,
do anything.
I mean,
I guess it's less.
I think
It's
of it like a
less.
reset, like it's a reset button.
It's almost a little bit inconsequential if the lives are tied, but if the lives are tied, it's not so bad. If the lives aren't and you're down, I can't see seeing a trade as a win personally.
Right.
I mean, it's better than taking a straight L, but it's like a draw. Like, is anybody really happy about a draw? Like, nobody wants to.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let's go. Consistent aim. That one is a sniper's dream. Until you get Revoker, you miss your snipe shot, you are penalized for it heavily. So with consistent aim, it's taking that second to delay to make sure that you're gonna nail the headshot. You're gonna put the guy down and be able to get more special. Tips for consistent aim, I would say take your time. Be able to get a feel for how the gun handles, how it moves. If it feels sluggish, does it have a handling masterwork already on it? Because on my snipers, I honestly will not use them unless they have a handling masterwork. I like the handling way too much. If I can get quick draw, I give it a little bit of leeway. But something about having quick draw and handling, it just feels cleaner to me. And here comes Fates with his beloved snapshot, quick draw, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, mine's got range on it, but I purposely went for range because aim assist is a big thing in D2, or well, in Destiny in general.
Right.
But
I play with medium aim assist. I don't like it too much. I like to because I flick.
I flick. I flick, but I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit weird. I'm
not like the other snipers.
But as far as like consistent aim, things, I honestly, my recommendation would even be going out. Like, that's obviously a dream, and just use whatever you intend to get good with, like a lot, and not even just in PvP.
Well,
take it out.
That's one of the things. Like when you're working on aim with it. But you can play Crucible and just play Crucible just for fun. You can play comp just for wins. But when we talk purposeful practice, it's picking a thing and focusing on that during that match, so that way it'll build your A game later on. And you see that with these top tier players, that's what they do. They go into the game, and the perfect example, Cammy Cakes, talking about decision making. He's gotten so many hours into this game that the guy can tell you, there's no better outcome for that. I traded with the guy, that's the best I could do. There was no way that I'm going to be able to get him and wipe the rest. Or I got that guy and I threw damage into the rest. I hope my teammate can get it. There was no better outcome. That's literally the way he words it. There was no better outcome. And that's just one of the things that with time you put with purposeful practice and time into it, you get where you can just you have this feeling, you know what you need to be doing. It's very, I'll put it this way, when I started D2, I was average at best at Crucible. Now I'm a little above average. I haven't made my legend yet, but I'm decent. I can carry a person or two. I can play. Beginning of D2, I did not touch comp at all. At all. Because I sucked. I wasn't going to do it. But I got into it, I started doing the whole purposeful practice, focusing up, all of that fun stuff, and it builds your game. Like, I cannot stress it enough. If you want to get good, this is how. Talking about getting good, tilt management. We've talked about this one before. It's a big one.
Okay, good, scrub. No,
take your help. Tilt management is something big for me. I am a hothead. If I die to something stupid, I get pissed. If I get emoted on, Lord have mercy on the other team's soul. Anybody I played with will vouch for that, hands down. But it's a different type of tilt. You don't get angry and then hunt the people down and put yourself in a bad situation. You get angry and you focus up. You tighten up. You are more sure with your shots.
Lean forward.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, I do that all the time. But that's tilt one way. That's tilt toward anger. There's also the other way, tilt toward cockiness. And that one I can have problems with. I don't get cocky too often, but when I do, it's so bad because you are overconfident. You miss your shots. You think that it's going to be a cakewalk. And you get wrecked. Like, it's just bad. Do you have problems with tilt? I feel like you're the most relaxed dude I know when it comes to the Crucible. It's like, oh shit, I died.
We kind of discussed this a while ago. I try and make a joke out of it if I can. You know, keep it light if I can, because you know, if I get angry, you know, I'm gonna make that mistake, and it's just going to snowball, and
exactly.
I'm only gonna get more angry and make more mistakes, and there goes the match. You know, you gotta kind of brush it off. You know, put it in the back of your mind, and kind of hope to come back with a better play. You know, next life or next round or whatever.
That ties into the next point that we were talking about when we were discussing this. We were talking and saying, like, one of the things of purposeful practice is just being a good opponent, and one of it is when they do a good play, even if you don't message them. Like, if I'm streaming and somebody snipes the hell out of me, it's like, oh damn, that was a good shot. Like, I'll call it out. Or when they use something that's very out of nowhere and they use it well, I say, oh, that's a really good gun. Like, they're doing good with it. I'll call it out. And letting the taunting, the emoting, and all of that fuel better play. That's my, like, favorite part of purposeful practice. Like, once it happens to me, like, I focus up. I could be having the most relaxed Crucible night imaginable, and then some dude teabags, and then I'm like, cowabunga it is then. Like, it's game on. Like, the little Valkadin auto rifle sweet business combo I was using gets thrown off, and the revoker with what have I been using? I've actually went back to Trust. Not your explosive rounds one, but my...
Oh, I won't put that back on now that I've got my baby.
Get out of here.
For those who don't know, I got a wonderful spare rations roll last night on my second run of the night in Reckoning. This baby came with...
my heart and soul attached.
yeah. Perk number 1, Tibber's heart. Perk 2, Tibber's soul. No. It came with... It came with... let's see. Hammer forged rifling or polygon rifling.
Both range perks.
Armor piercing rounds or ricochet rounds. Rapid hit and slide shot. And its masterwork is handling.
That's what I would want. I like hand cannon. I actually really like hand cannons with handling. It feels so nice.
I really like the gun a lot. I played one match in... I was actually playing on PC.
What?
Not on keyboard or mouse. I had my controller plugged in because, like, I was like, oh, you know, PvE. I can, you know, I was playing Gambit and stuff. And
could you the players that were playing with mouse and keyboard? Could you tell them when you were playing against them?
I can tell by meta differences a little bit, but I mean, we absolutely stomped the other team.
Well, a meta difference is for sure. Like, the meta is wacky on swapping, just even from console to console. But
I mean, as far as movement, it would have been hard. I only played one match.
Okay.
With it, I think I went 20. I had 21 kills with like a 3 efficiency between that and a beloved.
Go home. Take your RNG elsewhere. You stole everybody's in the Discord.
It was filthy. I'm just like, I don't even... That was without a mod on it. I didn't mod it yet.
Icarus, hands down.
That's what I was thinking.
I've got... you hunters have changed me. I'm playing more with a vertical space, even on my Titan. So I'm throwing if it's already got good target acquisition, like it's got a good handling, masterwork, and whatnot. I'm not even worried about a targeting mod. It's getting Icarus, and we're shooting that shit in the air, hands down.
Super cool. I got a decent Outlast that I mean, we could talk about if we have time, but
well,
later.
We might talk. We might do a role showcase later toward the end of the season. See what goes up.
I've yet to use it in Crucible, but we'll see.
Right. Let's see here. The other things we got: be willing to take an L if it means learning. So, this is one of the ones we talked about, that some of these things, if you do them, yeah, they're going to contribute to your win, but they're not going to contribute to the team as much for that match. It's going to make you a better player in the long run, but that match may not go your way, but you may have learned a lot. So, talking about purposeful aim, consistent aim, not taking the shot unless you're going to land it, you may come out of there with a negative KD. Your KD might take a hit, but you can say that every time you fired a bullet, somebody got put down. So it's a trade-off. It sucks on one aspect, in the immediate aspect, but in the long run, it helps out quite a bit. What do you think, Fates?
So I won't use comp to practice with guns.
Of course.
So, I mean, if I'm playing quick play, I don't mind losing as much. I don't think it really, obviously, it's quick play, doesn't really matter.
Honestly, quick play is almost as competitive as combo with the skill-based matchmaking. But
it is. It is. I don't know. I don't particularly keep track too much. I like winning, obviously. I know I'm a competitive guy. But as far as, like, my KD goes, or in efficiency kind of goes in quick play, I still, even if I'm learning with something, I want to be absolutely goated with it all of the time. It's bad.
I can relate.
Like, why am I not good with this yet?
I just put it on. I just picked this thing up. I just got it to drop. This is bullshit. I
literally just equipped it. This is bullshit.
This isn't what I signed up for. Go away.
No, I mean, like, obviously, like, I get a little frustrated because it's like, I'm better than this. I should be able to kind of pick this up a little bit quicker. But it all kind of flows together. Everything we're kind of talking about. But I winning and losing, especially if I'm trying things out, I don't mind as much. I mean, like last night with the spare rations, I was just like, this is a great roll. Let's go dick around in some quick play for like one match, and then I'm going to bed because it was late. And
next thing, 10 matches later.
I only did play one. Yeah, we absolutely smashed them, and like I said, 21 kills later. I mean, the gun's phenomenal, but I was just like, whatever. Well, if I suck with it, I'm gonna get better with it. It's a great gun. I'm gonna learn to use it. Wins, losses don't really matter to me. It's I want to see. I mean, like, I know, like, personally, I know kind of where my baseline for like play skill, like my skill level is. So I'm looking to at least like kind of hit that almost, with whatever I'm trying to learn to use. When
I do the whole purposeful practice, I try and maintain at least a 1.0. If I can maintain a 1.0, I'm calling it good. Like, I'm not going to get bit. But for some people, it may not be as important, and that's okay. It's all about, this whole podcast is about getting better. We like giving y'all tips. We like helping y'all out. One of the other things, I'm guilty of this. I tend to handicap myself. Like, instead of using the go-to good guns, Beloved, Revoker, Luna's Howl, Recluse Still, Exit Strat, what else? Am I missing one? Spare Rations, Mindbenders. I try and use other things. And it's a handicap because the fact of Destiny is some guns just aren't as good as others. And when I get into a lobby that gets competitive, I will swap them out and I'll use whatever's good to turn up the heat. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to use what's good. It's okay to use what you're comfortable with. Each one is totally fine. It's if you're playing for the win, that's what happens. If you're practicing to be better at being in the top of your team, that's what one of the things that may take sometimes. Bates, I think I just described how you play the majority of the time.
What?
I grab what's working. I want the meta.
I pretty much stick to my archetypes, and it just so happens my archetypes happen to be Bungie's favorite to kind of keep around, and
I'm not gonna argue that.
Stay great, you know. I like hand cannons, you know, hand cannons, hunters. It just all fits.
But, it just works.
Yeah, it just works. Don't question.
Alrighty.
I don't really handicap myself. I mean, like, I guess, like, I mean, it's not that I won't try things, because I'll try things. Like, I have this this Outlast, right? Is that what this is called? Yeah, I have an Outlast that, like, I've never used before. Like, this is my first Outlast. Willing to try it out. Haven't really, like, looked or heard anything about it, because I haven't really bothered to, like, check.
It is a fast firing pulse, and it is pretty good. I'll give you that starting out.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll sit and try guns that I haven't used before, but I'm not gonna, like, be like, hey, I'm gonna go run dual sidearms, and like.
So you're not gonna do what Taco did to me the other night and make me run all shotguns, all snipers, and then super only or melees
like,
only.
I mean, like, I'm a little bit weird. Like, I like bows. Like, I'll advocate bows personally, and I'm not talking like Wish Ender.
Broken AF.
Which, yeah, I'm not talking Wish Ender. I'm talking just straight, you know, bow with a last word. You know, I like the combo.
It just.
I feel like it's underrated.
It is.
But you know, things like. But I'm not purposely, like, going out to mess with. Like, if I'm trying something, I'm trying one of something. Whatever else is in my inventory, it's gonna be things I know I'm good with. So, like, if I'm trying out a primary weapon, I'm gonna have a fusion rifle or, like, a beloved or, you know, one of my go-to shotguns.
Right.
There, so I can at least kind of not lose my mind.
I can feel that. Well, we kept it short and sweet this time. We got some tips for purposeful practice. We want y'all to give it a shot, see what you can do. Be sure to sound off in the comment section with how it goes, or you can even join the Discord and sound off there. Before we wrap it up, though, we do want to give a slight shout-out. I didn't talk to Fates about it first, but we do want to give a slight shout-out to our kind of partner community, since we are both part of it. Stream On Nation is going to be having a charity event February 2nd with Hope for the Day for suicide prevention. If y'all would want to come out and support any of the Stream On Nation community members, you can find them. Well, we're going to be sharing their links off of our personal Twitters and also from the Stream On Nation Twitter. So be sure to help out and support a good cause.
Yes.
H, you got anything else you want to add about it? Because I kind of covered it. I think I meant to talk to you about it before, but I totally forgot.
I think you got it great. It's a great charity and worth worth supporting. You know, getting to know our members, obviously.
Hell yeah. We got a lot of good.
Every one of them is great.
Got a lot of good D2 players. Got a lot of just good streamers in there. So it's going to be a great charity event. We look forward to y'all joining. That's going to be it for us here at 7CR. I'm TK, your resident Tyner main. You can find me at twitch.tv/Tibbercat or Tibbercat on Twitter. Bates, where are they going to find you?
Nowhere. No, I'm just kidding.
On the ground.
Yeah, on the ground. Rolling around. No, you can find me on Twitch at Fates_Pyro. Pretty much Fates_Pyro everywhere. Twitter, Instagram. If it's not with the underscore, it's just Fates Pyro. Just look for a purple logo.
Match the logos. It's a matching game.
yeah. Join the Discord. Check out my logo there, and then go find me on social media. It's like, oh, where's Waldo? Except with a hunter. You know.
There we go. That's gonna be it for us, and we will see y'all next time.